Beyond the Booth, Mountain West Insider Terrence Newman, John Ramey with you. We are recording on Friday, October 17th. Nevada plays tomorrow night, Saturday, October 18th at New Mexico. New Mexico is 3-3. They had that signature win in the Rose Bowl over UCLA in the non-conference, but like the Wolfpack, the Lobos are 0-2 in conference. Last time out, they lost to Boise State 41-25. Lobos 3-3 overall. Nevada 1-5. You look at the statistics, Terrence, New Mexico is in the middle of the pack of the Mountain West, offensively, defensively. They've got that coach, Jason Eck, who came from Idaho, an FCS program. Idaho, as an FCS program, beat the Wolfpack in 2023 at Mackey Stadium. Current starting quarterback for New Mexico, Jack Lane, appeared in that game for the Idaho Vandals and rushed once for 9 yards, but not a lot of carryover otherwise from that Idaho roster, although Eck did bring a lot of Idaho folks to New Mexico. Yeah, it'll be a whiff of desperation as both teams are looking for their first conference win.
Yeah, no, should be a good game. I really like this team despite the last couple of weeks. I think New Mexico has been a very improved squad. There is a lot of guys that came with Coach Eck from Idaho with him. One of those players is his son, their linebacker, Jackson X. He's been playing at an all-conference level this year.
Top tackler on the team.
Top tackler on the team, one of the top tacklers in the conference. Now, you're right. When you look at the stats, they kind of hover around the middle of the conference when it comes to defense and offense. But then as you kind of break down those stats a little more, you can see that they do have some strengths and some weaknesses. So overall on defense, they're about middle of the conference, but they are much stronger against the run than they are against the pass. I think they might be third in the conference against the run, but they're like 10th against the pass. So this could be a breakout game for Carter Jones. Could be a lot easier game for Carter Jones. I think we underestimated just how good San Diego State's defense was.
Guilty. I was guilty of that.
Especially as you break down the stats. I mean, he's going from playing the number 1 passing defense in the conference last week to the number 10 passing defense in the conference this week. And yeah, as you look at those stats, I mean, San Diego State's defense is almost playing at a power 4 level going up against a G5 schedule, the way their defense is playing.
Here's a stat for you. On average per game, New Mexico gives up 100 yards more passing than San Diego State does.
Yes. So, and that's not saying that New Mexico is terrible. That's just speaking to just how good San Diego State's defense is.
Right.
So, so we should have a little wide receiver should have a little bit more breathing room. Carter should have a little bit more time in the pocket. Passing lane should be a little bit more open than they were last week for them. But what they do well is they have a very strong front, a pretty solid defensive line. Jackson Eck, the linebacker, like I said, is all over the place. So they are pretty solid against the run, which has been Nevada's strong point. So this might be a game for the passing game to finally flourish and establish itself for the Wolfpack. And then as you break down New Mexico's offense, it's kind of the same story. They're overall middle of the conference, but when you look further into it, they're top half of the conference as a passing offense, but they are a bottom half of the conference as a rushing offense. So this is going to be a real tough game for the DBs of the pack because New Mexico they have some weapons. They have some good wide receivers, solid tight end. They get their running backs involved in the passing game a lot. So the DBs and the defensive line is going to have a good opportunity to get after the quarterback. They do give up some sacks. What really the Achilles heel of this team has been their quarterback is really tough, Jack Lane. He will hang in the pocket. He will take a hit. Sometimes when he takes that hit, he'll throw some interceptions too. And I think he has almost as many interceptions or just as many interceptions as he does touchdowns. So
8 picks, 8 TDs.
So if our defensive line can get in his face, which they've pretty much been able to do most games this year, if they can get in his face, keep him hurried, keep him under pressure, Just have him rush some throws, have him throw some throws under duress. Maybe we can manufacture a few interceptions, get a few turnovers.
I don't mean to be snarky, Terrence, but this does have the potential to be the Yakety Sax Bowl. Uh, Nevada's -9 turnover margin. New Mexico's -10.
These two teams like to turn the ball over. That has been the Achilles heel of both teams, really.
Yeah.
It's the reason both of these teams do not have more wins. The interceptions have really untimely interceptions have killed both of these teams this year.
Just to give you some names, listeners, Dorian Thomas, the tight end, wears number 70. He's the leading receiver on the
Yes.
team with 32 grabs. Keegan Johnson, number 6, is a wide
No,
receiver.
they list him as a tight end, but when you
They
watch him
list.
play,
Oh, you're talking about
he
Thomas, yeah.
yeah, he's not quite your traditional tight end. He's more of a flex hybrid type tight end. He will spend a lot of the game out wide. He
Split
really
out.
does split out. Yeah, he's more in the mold of a Shannon Sharp type tight end than your traditional tight end. Good pass
Yeah,
catcher.
so yeah, so that's 7. Dorian Thomas, he's got 4 touchdown catches, 32 catches to lead the team. And then Keegan Johnson, number 6, is their best true wide receiver, and he's
Yeah,
got 31 catches. He
and
wears number
he's a stud.
6.
He's got great arms and great hands, and then they also like to keep their running back involved.
Talking about Bankston,
Damon
Damon
Bankston.
Bankston, number
Uh,
1.
yeah. Now
Spelled Damon, pronounced Damon.
is it Damon? Okay.
I know, yeah, yeah,
Well, looks like Damon to me, but I'm gonna call him
it does.
Damon. That's
Damon.
but they get him involved. He actually runs for a pretty good average. But just didn't have a whole lot of carries. But he has been very involved in the passing game, and so they kind of have like a little three-headed receiving monster there between Keegan Johnson, Dorian Thompson, and Damon Bankston.
Yeah, Bankston wears number 1. Always love a running back wearing number 1.
Yeah, it's a solid number for running back.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so that's the personnel look at the Lobos. Um, yeah, who hangs onto the ball is obviously always important in football, but in particular in this game, it does seem like that will be extremely impactful. I mean, because of a -10 turnover margin for the Lobos, you have to maybe wait a little bit their defense, which is giving up like 27 points a game, right? Maybe that's a better defense if they're not put in such bad position, just like
Yeah.
Nevada statistically on defense.
Yeah, that's definitely the truth. The defense has been put in some pretty tough situations because of their offense, just like Nevada's defense has been. Um, and they haven't been able to come up with as many of those stops as Nevada's defense has. Like I said, they have a good defensive front though. This will be a pretty good test for the Union and the boys up front. Because New Mexico's defense can get after the quarterback. They got to get Keyshawn James Newby. He's got 4.5 sacks on the year.
Yeah, he's their best D lineman.
Yeah, so they've got some guys. Now he's another one. He's kind of built in the mold of Maldonado. Tall, lanky, long arms, real good athlete. So so they have some guys that can cause some issues up front there.
And a little trivia for you, Terrence. This is Nevada's first trip for football to Albuquerque since 2016. Mike and I have never done a game from University Stadium. And it is just the 11th all-time meeting between the Pack and the Lobos. Nevada leads the all-time series, 6 wins, 3 losses, and a tie. Nevada most recently beat the Lobos 34-24 at Mackey Stadium on October 28th, 2023. That represents Nevada's most recent Mountain West victory. So a lot of kind of historical narratives colliding in Albuquerque tomorrow night, Saturday night.
I'm kind of shocked
Yeah,
to hear that they've played so few times.
yeah.
But I guess when you break it down, it kind of makes sense. Because I think for a
Haven't
lot
been
of
in a
those,
conference
I was about to
together,
say for a
at
lot of
least in
those
the modern era.
years,
Yeah,
Nevada was in the WAC when New Mexico was one of the original Mountain West teams, right?
yeah.
So
Yes. Uh, let's talk about the psychology. I mean, last week against San Diego State was Nevada's most discouraging loss under Jeff Choate, I think it's fair to say. And at one point, they were down 44 to nothing before they chipped away with 10 at the end. How much of that remains a challenge for the roster? I mean, Terrence, I know you had a lot of success as an athlete, but uh, you must have had a game where you were trying to just move past it as quickly as possible.
Oh yeah, sure, definitely games like that.
I don't want to
You know,
throw
this is
shade
one of those games
At
as
Foothill Tustin.
this is one of those games that actually the farther that we've gotten away from the San Diego State game, I'm now is it discouraging still? Yes. I don't know if I'd say that's the most discouraging loss of the season.
Okay.
I still think that's the Middle Tennessee game.
Okay.
That was the game that they had and they just let just slip right through their fingers.
Okay.
If I was a coach or a player on that team, that would be the one game that mumbling to myself under my breath, squeezing my fist, angry about. Yeah, the more especially as I was researching for this game, the more I started to look at the stats, I think we really, really underappreciated just how good San Diego State is, and I don't think we really gave enough credit to how tough it was going to be for a freshman quarterback to start his first game ever against a defense that is putting up honestly like conference record breaking type numbers when you look at their total defense and their points per game. Like they really are. Like I said, they statistically they look like it's a power four defense going up against a group of five conference. I mean, they're giving up less than 2 touchdowns a game. That's
Right.
insane for a defense to be doing. So yeah, I think for the guys, given what the level of the competition they had last week, I think it's a little bit easier for them to maybe put that game away and kind of just chalk that up to a bad matchup, a bad loss. But I don't know if that loss will, even though it looked worse on the scoreboard. I don't know if that one's going to stick with the guys as bad as the tight losses will.
All right.
I
Well,
think I think I think the tight losses will probably the Middle Tennessee, the Fresno State game probably would give these guys a little just because they were so close and it was like, oh, a play here, a play there. The game against San Diego State was pretty much out of control before the defense even got a chance to step on the field,
it
you
was
know?
7-0 in the first minute.
Yeah. So when it kind of never starts on the track, it's kind of hard to get mad about it going off the track. You know, you were kind of always off the track in that game. I think the games where you were in it and you can look back and say, well, if a play here changed or a play there changed, we'd have a different outcome. Those games are way more frustrating, I think, for the players and for the coaches.
All right. Well, that I'm relieved then because that means a nice psychological bounce back is now more possible in Albuquerque tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think especially like, for that offense, they're watching film. They know what they played against last week. They see what they're going up against this week. They have to be able to say, there's some things we can do here that we probably struggled with last week. And there's some opportunities for them to exploit this week that just weren't there last week. So yeah, no, it's especially for the passing offense. I'd go into this game feeling a little optimistic. If I'm Carter Jones, I'm going to this game feeling a little optimistic. If I'm one of the wide receivers, I'm going to this game saying, "Hey, this is a game for me to maybe have a breakout, put up some numbers, get some catches." I would like to see Chuba still get like a series or two per half as that Wildcat change of pace quarterback, just because I think the running game does need it. Um, Something about his legs, it's something about the attention that he gets from the defense uh, opens up the lanes for the other running backs, on those RPOs. Um, and especially with New Mexico's defense being as solid as they are against the run, we're gonna need that spark, that little extra oomph. But yeah, no, I think if I'm an offensive player on this team, I'm going to this game thinking that this is a good get right spot for us in the passing game. If I'm on defense, I'm thinking, is this offense good? Yes, but we've played better offenses and we've done pretty good against every team we've played. Like they pass the ball pretty well, but I mean, I don't think they're as good as Western Kentucky at passing the ball, and we did pretty decent against them. Damon Bankston is a pretty solid running back, but I don't think he's a better running back than Lucky Sutton, who we just played against. We've played against better running backs. So, yeah, if you from a defensive standpoint, I think this is a game that we should be able to get to the quarterback. We should be able to, like you said, hopefully turn the ball over a little bit and let our defense get off the field for a bit and get some rest. So there's opportunities in this game, but it's still going to be very tough.
Is it too reductive to say you like the matchup?
I like the matchup a lot better than I liked last week's.
Okay. That's all. I just wanted to get that. Yeah.
I like the matchup a lot better than I liked last week's. I like the opportunity that this game is going to give for our passing game to finally get its legs underneath itself. We really haven't in any game this. Actually, matter of fact, last week, as bad as the game was, I believe Carter still had about 175 yards passing, somewhere in there, which is 25 yards more than what we average per game going into that game.
Good point.
And if we're doing that against the number one ranked defense in the conference, I think there's going to be some more opportunities against this passing defense.
All right. Any other thoughts, Mountain West insider Terrence Newman?
Just two teams that are looking for a bounce back. Two teams that I think are better than what their record says. Two teams that have some really standout all conference level talent at certain positions. I'm really excited and looking forward to this matchup between New Mexico's weapons that we talked about, their wide receiver, tight end, running back, and the passing game combo against our passing defense. I feel like our DBs have played pretty well this year. I thought they had a pretty good showing against Western Kentucky. I think they've had a pretty good showing most other games. I think our linebackers have played pretty well in pass coverage. Smith has been kind of like a ball hawk especially for a linebacker. I think does he lead our team in interceptions? He might.
2 picks.
Yeah. So the matchup of him against Bankston coming out of the backfield, that should be pretty exciting to see. Also, him going up against Dorian Thompson at the tight end position should be exciting to see. Mervyn Kenyon, I think him against Thomas, they're probably going to be matched up a few times when Thomas is split out. That's going to be real fun. That's going to be the chess match, the game within the game right there is the Nevada passing defense versus the New Mexico passing offense.
All right, he's Terrence Newman. This is Beyond the Booth. We will visit with you from Albuquerque tomorrow night, Saturday, 5:45 Pacific, our start time, 6:45 Pacific, the kickoff. Hall of Famer Mike Edwards and me. Listen live on 105.7 FM or anywhere outside of Northern Nevada on thevarsitynetwork.com and the Varsity Network app. We'll let Terrence go, and this will get posted Friday evening, kind of late, because that's when I get into Albuquerque. I got to catch a plane, Terrence.
All right.
All right. Peace, everybody.